Hare Krishna, Radha Pyari Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from College Station, Texas.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Radha Pyari Mataji, your grace in the Prabhupada and Guru Maharajis. My humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumar Devdasi from Ran. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Kumari Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna. Mataji, Prabhuji joined, Mataji.
I did not check Mataji. I was doing something else in makeup. No, but we can read introduction. I will just start recording.
Okay, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha conference call. Today we are fortunate to have His Grace Radha Pramod Prabhuji to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 9, Canto 8, chapter 9, verse 27 to 28. First, I would like to hand over call to Ayan Prabhuji for brief introduction of the Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Please take over call, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. I offer my obeisances to all the assembled devotees, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Here is a brief introduction for our today's speaker, His Grace Radha Pramod Das. Prabhuji came to Krishna consciousness in 2001 and got initiated in 2006 by His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. Prabhuji completed Bhakti Vedanta Vidyapith from BVRC. Prabhuji manages a preaching center in Hyderabad, trains and educates corporate youth, and Prabhuji also gives daily sessions on Astha TV and other local channels. Prabhuji conducts online Bhagavatam sessions for many devotee groups across India. We are lucky to have Prabhuji on our call today. Over to you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Beautiful introduction.
Yeah, Prabhuji is there.
Yeah. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, all goes to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for giving your valuable time and association to us this morning and enlightening on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam. I would like to hand over call to you, Prabhuji. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Shiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhirayet नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी. We are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 9, Text 27 and 28. The text 27. Pita Amrite Devai Bhagavan Loka Bhavanaha Pashyatam Asure Nam Swam Rupam Agre Harihi Prita Praye. When almost finished being drunk, Amrite, the nectar, Devaha, by the demigods, Bhagavan, the personality of Godhead as Mohini Murti, Loka Bhavanaha, the maintainer and well-wisher of the three world, Pashyatam, in the presence of Asura Indranam, all the demons with their chiefs, Swa own Rupam from Jagrhe manifested Harihi, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Translation: the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the best friend and well-wisher of the three birds. Thus, when the demigods have almost finished drinking the nectar, the Lord, in the presence of all the demons, disclosed his original form. Evam surasura-gana samadesha-kala हेत्वा अर्थकर्ममतयोऽपि फले विकल्पयत्वा तत्तामृतं सुरगणा फलमान्द्रसापूर् यत्पादपङ्कजरज शयणान्नद्यैत्या. Word to word meaning. Evaha, thus, Sura, the demigods, Asuragana, the demons, Sama, equal, Desha, Kala, Desha, place, Kala, time, Hetu, cause, Artha, objective, Karma, activities, Mataya, ambitions, Api, although one, Pale, in the result, Vikalpa, not equal, Tatra, thereupon, Amritam, nectar, Suragana, the demigods, Phalam, the results, Anjasa, easily, totally, or directly, Apuhu, achieved, yet because of Pada Pankaja, of the lotus feet of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Rajaha, of the saffron dust, Shayanath, because of receiving benedictions or taking shelter, no, not, Daityaha, the demons. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The place, the time, the cause, the purpose, the activity, and the ambition were all same for both the demigods and the demons. But the demigods achieved one result and the demons another. Because the demigods are always under the shelter of the dust of the lotus feet of Lord's lotus feet, they could very easily drink the nectar and get its results. The demons, however, not having sought shelter at the lotus feet of Lord, were unable to achieve the results they desired. Purport. In Bhagavad Gita 4.1, it is said, Ye yataman prapadyante tams tataiva bhajamyaham. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the Supreme Judge who rewards or punishes different persons according to their surrender unto his lotus feet. Therefore, it can actually be seen that although karmis and bhaktas may work in the same place at the same time with the same energy and with same ambition, they achieve different results. The karmis transmigrate through different bodies in cycle of birth and death. Sometimes goes upwards, sometimes downwards, thus suffering the results of their actions in the karma chakra, the cycle of birth and death. The devotees, however, because of fully surrendered at the lotus feet of Lord, are never baffled in their attempts. Although externally they work almost like the karmis, the devotees go back home, back to Godhead. They achieve success in every effort. The demons or atheists have faith in their own endeavor, but although they work very hard day and night, they cannot get any more than their destiny. The devotees, however, can surpass the reactions of karma and achieve wonderful results, even without effort. It is also said, Palena Parche, one success or defeat in any activity is understood by its results. There are many karmis in the dress of devotees, but the Supreme Lord can detect their purpose. The karmis want to use the property of Lord for their selfish gratification. But a devotee endeavors to use Lord's property for God's service. Therefore, a devotee is always distinct from the karmis, although the karmis may dress like devotees. As confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, Yajnartha karmano anyatra lokoyam karma bandhana. One who works for Lord Vishnu is free from this material world, and after giving up his body, he goes back home, back to Godhead. A karmi, however, although externally working like a devotee, is entangled in his non-devotional activity and thus he suffers the tribulation of material existence. Thus, from the results achieved by the karmis and devotees, one can understand the presence of Supreme Lord who acts differently for the karmis and jnanis than for the devotees. The author of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita says, Krishna Bhakti Bhakta Nishkama Atayeva Shanta. Bhukti Mukti Siddhikami Sakale Ashanti. The karmis who desire sense gratification, the jnanis who aspire for liberation of merging into the existence of Supreme, and the yogis who seek material success in mystic power are all restless and ultimately they are baffled. But the devotee who does not expect any personal benefit and whose only ambition is to spread the glories of Supreme Lord is blessed with all the auspicious results of bhakti without hard labor. Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnana-janashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishnapristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namane. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvisesha Shunvadi Paschat Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Very grateful for this opportunity to serve all of you. I will try to share some my understanding on this verse. So we'll try to understand. Padma Puran describes that Srimad Bhagavatam is a form of Lord. We know this amazing position of our philosophy that Srimad Bhagavatam is alive and that Srimad Bhagavatam is non-different from Krishna himself. And by comparing different parts of the Lord's body with Srimad Bhagavatam, so this is Vallabhacharya also. So Padma Puran states that 7th and 8th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam are hands of Krishna. And hands in our body has two functions. They take and they give both. So the 7th and 8th canto of Bhagavatam, where Krishna describes these things are very nicely explained. And hands are needed to protect, right? Hands are what is given to us so that we can give the opportunity to do something and protect. So 7th canto describe the hands of Lord for protecting his devotees. So that is the main theme of 7th canto, where Lord is protecting. He is protecting Prahlad Maharaj. 7th canto is whole about him. When 8th canto comes, Krishna with his own hands, he gives and he takes also, because hands has two functions, giving and taking. So 8th canto has this one more speciality, it is of taking also. In the beginning of 8th canto, Gajendra's story is the theme of 7th canto. What is that? It is giving only, giving protection. This is the general understanding of people about Krishna. Krishna means he always gives, he protects. But further, the Krishna, these stories of churning of milk ocean and then comes Bali Maharaj's pastime. Here, Krishna not only gives, he also takes away everything because he has hands both. So everything is not bad with Krishna, because in the history, the story of milk ocean, Krishna took away everything from demons and gave everything to devotees. And we can accept Krishna in taking everything. That is also we should accept, because Krishna is also called Hari. Hari means one who takes. It's not only gives, he also takes. Yasyaham anugrahanani harishye taddanamshane. If I show mercy on somebody, Krishna takes, I will take away everything. He's also Hari means thief. Means one who takes away everything. And although he gives the devotees a lot of things, but he also takes everything also. So in Bali Maharaj case is a devotee. Krishna is taking away everything from Bali Maharaj. So Krishna came to Bali Maharaj in the form of small boy and says, come on, I just need 3 steps, and then he takes everything. So now here in this story, this 8th canto, which explains the story of how Krishna gives and what needs to be done so that Krishna can give. If I want Krishna to give me, what I need to do. So the very little requirement is for us to receive everything from Krishna, that we should know. Now in this ocean of this churning of oceanic is a very instructive, because it explains that in the end everything that we get from Krishna, it is, or we lose everything from Krishna is because of our pride. If Krishna takes away, it is because of pride. If he is giving, because we don't have pride. So the story of churning of ocean and milk begins with the fact, with the story with Indra when he lost everything. Why did Indra lose everything? He loses heavenly planets. The wealth that he possesses is cannot be estimated also, but he lost everything because he became proud. The story of our life also. We get something, usually we do not get as much as Indra, but we are also given. That's why now why Krishna did not give us like heavenly demigods and all, because we lost it. One time we were also demigod, we lost. Now what happens is Indra got, but even little bit also people get in this world, they become very proud, but Indra has unlimited. And Krishna says, no, when a person is proud, he has he has one distinguished quality. He begins to insult others and humiliate others. This is actually what happens. So there is a saying in English, pride comes before a fall. So a person's fall occurs because pride, it makes him insult others, humiliate others. And this is actually the greatest, very big evil, because what is that means? It is causing pain to others. Pride is our false ego. It's a one aspect of false ego. This is the element from which all violence is manifested in this world. All violence, all pain, this is in the material world comes from one source only, that is false ego only. So there is pride. When a person begins to be proud, he's sure 100% and that he will definitely hurt others if he is proud. Any pain has only one reason, that is pride, and pride within us. If I am hurting others, it's because of my pride. If we look at our own life also, if we are hurt by other people, we can see the people who are proud of something, either their power, their position, their achievements, of their somethings. These are the reasons that invariably accompany each other. So, but humility means there is a determination not to hurt, whereas pride means a determination to hurt others. So in the Vedas, there is a statement that ahimsa paramo dharma. Ahimsa means our desire not to hurt. Himsa means desire. Ahimsa is the rejection of this pain. So all our suffering comes after this false ego only, because according to law of karma, if I inflict pain on others, then this pain will return to me sure. So this is the highest dharma. So don't give pain. See, highest dharma is for what? For us, Bhagavatam, Pancham Purushartha, that is the highest. But at some level, at the level of our relationship with each other, the highest dharma of living being is the unwillingness to hurt others, which is impossible if I am proud. You're understanding, right? So if I am proud, no one loves the proud person. No one loves people proud except themselves. They love themselves. So there is one exception. When we are proud, it seems to us that we have achieved the goal of all our efforts. I feel, yes, I have done it. But the very important lesson is that a proud person hurts. And biggest mistake that a poor person can make is that he can hurt the holy people also, the devotees also. And many devotees are hurt in ISKCON, and we can see the result also. And that I can tell some stories related to that. People, they achieve very high position, gurus also, and then they fell down because of this one reason. They started hurting. Very big Maharaj was there in ISKCON, so powerful, and he offended Gorgoin Maharaj. Same thing with another I don't want to take the names, but I can tell that this is actual. So Indra also lost everything because he became proud of it and began to ascribe to himself the merits of all this. He began to think, why me? I don't need to depend on anyone. Pride means understanding that I don't need anyone else. I can do it myself. Since I don't need anyone, I can treat anyone as I want. This is what they think. And when Indra was given the garland by Durvasa Muni, he thought, why I need Durvasa Muni? Why I need his garland? Why I need his mercy? For us, if somebody is giving garland, such great personality, we accept it as mercy. We know, I don't know, I need him. But Indra thought, I already have anything. Why I need? He's traveling around the heavenly planets, and he was given garland by Dhruva Maharaj, and he gave it to the elephant. And then, what happened? The elephant he took, and it actually it insulted, it stampled. So Duras Muni belt offended. He said, okay, you're so proud, I'll tell you. So no matter how we try to hide our pride, pride will come out. Pride is impossible to hide. Even if I try to hide it under the guise of humility or some other tricky, some way, pride is impossible to hide. Pride is a thing that comes outside somehow or other. And when it comes, we start losing everything. If a person want to prevent what he has, he have to be humble. So that here Indra in this story, it is a very important. If a person want to, like, when Indra lost everything, then he runs to Krishna. He says, no, you protect me. So we forget about Krishna when everything is fine with us. And that's why Kabir says, दुख में सुमिरन करे सुख में करे न कोई जब सुख में सुमिरन करे दुख काहे को होय. He says in distress everybody goes to Krishna, but when they are in fine they forget. He says when you are fine you go to Krishna, then why you'll get distress only? So this is his logic. So he goes to Krishna, and now interestingly when everything is bad he remembers. I say sorry sir, I will not do it again, please help me. Krishna says okay. He said to regain everything, to regain your strength, when a person insults other, and especially when he insults innocent people, the first thing he can feel is that he loses his strength. We have power, and Krishna is the source of power. Then what happens now? The source of power, we got it from Krishna only. But when we insult, for some time, I can still run with the inertia of whatever I have. That means I still feel that I am insulting, nothing is happening, I am still able to do my things. But that is only inertia. It just goes because you have. Slowly, you are not earning anything from Krishna. It is going to disappear. So when which I earned from my previous life, I am getting with my merits. But in the end, I will lose that power. And same thing happened to Indra. And Indra comes and asks, give me that strength. So this is another important lesson. When he comes to Krishna, he says, give me something. Krishna says, Krishna is not in hurry to just give. See, Krishna is not in hurry. When we go and ask, we feel Krishna is having, he forgets things very fast. I am reminding him many times. I have to remind him. He has so much forgetfulness. He don't remember only. No, Krishna remembers. Like, day before yesterday, I was having some interview with some channel. So that person asked, if Lord comes in front of you, what should we ask? I said, Lord is very intelligent than you. So he knows what is good for you. So you just ask him, whatever you feel is good for me, do it. because he's more intelligent than us. So he knows what is good for us. So no need to unnecessarily strain your mind to ask anything. You ask him what is good, you give. Here, Krishna is not in hurry of giving. I say, why Krishna is not giving prema to me? Why he is not giving something? He's not in hurry. Now, what he tells to Indrana, because he is interested to teach us something. Krishna says, I will teach you how to get it to Indra. He says, nothing is given for without any cost. Krishna says, you want to get something? He says, you should Prabhupada tells in lecture, he says, Krishna did not tell Arjuna, you sit in the chariot and smoke ganja, and no, I will fight for you. No, he said, you fight. So Prabhupada was, he turned to hippies and he was speaking this. So this is actually very important. He gives this very important advice. He says, if you want to gain strength, you should make alliance with the demons. Now you should come in terms with the demons. Now it is like, what is this? It is what is this type of advice? But Krishna does not give any trivial advice. It is a very important advice, because Krishna gives very extraordinary advices. This is for every one of us. Many people call me and said, my husband is like this, wife is like this, he is like this, he is like. But Krishna is telling you, see what Krishna tells. One of the Krishna's goal is to teach how to work with everyone, including demons. Sometimes we think that one way or another I will rely only on myself. But cooperation is a manifestation of humility. What does Krishna want to teach the demigods? He wants to teach humility. Because of pride, they lost everything. And what is the highest manifestation of humility? Because humility cannot be pretended. Humility means we are able to, generally what happens, people put a mask of humility. We can declare to everyone that I am very humble, and I can sit in the corner and I can pretend. But real humility is a manifestation when I am able to work with others, not only with friends, but with also enemies. Because cooperation means what? When I need to give up when I need to give up something. So when I collaborate means that it is not about me then. If I am cooperating, it's not about me. Because many people feel that no, they are not cooperating with me. People say, no, people are not cooperating with me. No, cooperation means it's everybody's desire. Why is nobody? So I am ready to cooperate with everyone, but they should cooperate. No, we should be ready to give up certain things. So this concept should say, if I am in the center, then I dictate the conditions. Then we cannot say it is cooperation. I should not be in the center. Everyone else works together, which means they accept everybody's need. What I want or play, it's not according to me. So the real cooperation is that I am not in the center. This means that I accept the condition of other people and I am ready to give up. That is where humility, and then Krishna will manifest in our heart. Why is collaboration so hard? Because all the time we have to give up something. When I am myself, when I am really rely only on myself, I don't depend on anyone. And it seems that no, I'm more productive, I'm able to do everything nicely, but it's not correct. Because the most productive thing that is what to give up the ego. That is the most productive thing that we can do for ourselves. The ego is very, very difficult. And Prabhupada says that in Bhagavad Gita, donkeys also sing song. They are very fond of singing. This is a song of false ego. Donkey screaming, Prabhupada says. So the point here is, when I cooperate, and I is no longer there. I is replaced with we. This means that I have to do something for others. Therefore, Vishnu is giving this advice. He is telling you make alliance with the demons. And another meaning of this advice is also very important. It is that if we want to serve Krishna, then we need to use all that we have. So Vedas, when they explain, there are explanations in the what do you call Adi Bhautika, Adhyatmika, Adi Daivika, all forms are there. So we should understand these things clearly. So the meaning is Adhyatmika, Adi Daivika, Adi Bhautika. So same past time can be understood at 3 levels. So if we take this story, direct story is there, one. So Adi Bhautika level. So, and then there is Adhyatmika level, Adi Daivika level, where we have to understand at the level of the story, okay, what the story is trying to teach us. So there is how to find the nectar of immortality. So this is a story of spiritual quest. So the meaning of the story is that I search of immortality, and each person is looking for this immortality. Of course, they don't know where to look, but everybody is trying for it. We are trying to go to hospitals and go to pharmacy to get some drugs to get immortality. But spiritual quest is quest for Amrita. We want to become, asatoma sadgamaya, tamasoma jyotirgamaya, mrityorma amritam gamaya. We want to go to Amrita. So spiritual search or search for a state in which I have no death. Actually, this is very important. Why death is given? Death is actually very important only for us. Now, my mind is in a state in which I am forced to die. My mind is presently in a state which is forced to die only. My death is a natural continuation of the state in which my consciousness is. It is nothing artificial. It is some natural thing, because if you do not die and live in the hell in which we live, it would be even more worse. Death is not reset we need. Like, no, always we feel, Arey, if I go back in the childhood, now I would have done better. How many of you feel that, no, there are so many things I could have done better in my childhood? Any of you felt any time like that? Raise your hands. Anybody want reset of your childhood? None of you. Only one. Nobody wanted reset. You didn't understand my point. Okay, 3. Why we want reset? That is why we die. Because I felt I didn't do this nicely. So then Krishna says, okay, take death, do it again, do it again. But when we do it so perfectly with the highest proper consciousness, then we don't want to do it, because that is what I want to do it. Means, see, like I am serving the Lord. I felt I could have done better service. Tomorrow I try again. Tomorrow I try. I feel no, I didn't do it. Lord says, okay, reset. Start again from first. Again I start. So one day I did so full consciousness that I am completely satisfied. Then Krishna says, okay, maintain it, maintain it. And then we are in the spiritual world. No more death. Because I don't want reset. Because my mind is completely clean now. So if mind is not clean, then we need reset. So it is not artificial to die. It's a natural thing. Because if we have not died, it is more hellish only. I say, I don't want this. Somehow it is not working. So Lord says, okay. So a person periodically has a chance. He has an opportunity to change the mental makeup in the wiring. So to start as if all over again. Okay, start again. So some kind of systemic errors has occurred that I made. So there is an error. So again, I have to rectify it. I want to rectify it. Anytime, no, like I am writing, I didn't like it. Scrap it, start again. So we want to start it. And after writing half, you feel, bah, I didn't like it. Again, scrap it. So like that it is happening. So one day you wrote so perfectly, everything glorifying Krishna like Srimad Bhagavatam, then that state of consciousness what is needed. So some now scriptures say that this state of consciousness in a person does not die. This state of consciousness is called Amrita. And demigods are trying for Amrita. Any spiritual path means that we set off in search of this Amrita. This state in which I will no need to die again. My mind is so correct. It is doing the perfect thing in a perfect way. Then that is Amrita. That is perfect. So the advice is that in order to achieve Amrita, we must have alliance with the demonic powers also. This is Krishna is telling. Because even my demonic nature, I must engage in service of Krishna. That is the point. So this is very, very important advice Krishna is telling. Take help of demons means he's telling, Array, you have demons within, engage them in my service. Because if I do not engage my demonic nature in the service of Krishna, what will I do with the demonic nature? I will destroy myself. It is not paradoxical. Even demonic inclination, if a person can use. So where do demonic inclination come from? First of all, the question. They come from because of mode of passion and ignorance. And some of you may not have mode of ignorance passion, but whoever has, they have this demonic inflation. If someone is influenced by passion, even a little bit, or ignorance sometimes, they have demonic nature. And this demonic nature must be used in the service of Krishna. So we cannot pretend that we are completely holy and no, only mode of goodness is there and that also pure goodness. No, we can sit in a lotus posture for some time and we can pretend, but it does not work. Sometimes people at some level try to imitate, which are they are not. This means that they live by the rules by which they are not yet ready to live. But in service of Krishna, using them means using everything, including our lower nature in service of Krishna. But consciously realizing that I am not doing this for myself. Like say I have certain tendencies. That also we can use in Krishna service. So Krishna is glorified in the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Mam hi partha vipashritya epesho papayoneha. That even people who are born from sinful womb, whatever our sinful nature, even these people can get bhakti. If it is only these people who can acquire bhakti, other people, if they are proud origin, they cannot do. Like in Sri Sampradaya, they say that Shudras are more likely to get bhakti than Brahmanas because Shudras are humble. So Krishna is, that's why in Bible also it is said, it is easy to take a proud person to the spiritual world is more difficult than to take a camel or elephant from the needle hole. That is much more easier. Why? Because they are proud. That is the problem. And now Krishna is showing here, take everything that we have, our passion, our ignorance, everything else, we have to utilize in Krishna service. I have very great passionate nature to achieve everything. Okay, do it for Krishna. You work hard, but for Krishna. That is what is said. And another important thing here. Now, very important part of this story is when we go in search for this Amrita, or when we go and start spiritual path, first thing that pops up from the bottom is it is bottom of our mind. Whatever things are there, it comes. And what does spiritual practice means? Please understand. Spiritual practice is compared with churning. Churning means what? Taking everything and shaking. You are shaking everything. Churning means that you need to shake. You are beating. The spiritual practice come down to this only. We have to do it again and again and again and again. Chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. We have to do it again and again and again. That means you are churning, you are shaking. So, and before we embark on spiritual path, there is some quiet. So there is everything looks very fine. We had our mind, we see it and we act our mind. Oh, it is doing everything very nicely. As soon as we start practicing, everything starts come out. Our mind, no, it is all the samskaras, everything is they are coming out. Because initially everything's look good, mind it is good and no, everything is fine. But when we start churning, that is why, and then there is no peace. Then we start seeing all the anarthas, and we began to remove that milk ocean is coming, though along with that so many other things are servicing. First thing comes is the poison, kalakuta, which destroys the whole universe. So we think that we were very nice persons. Like first time when I joined ashram, that time somebody kept, we were having lunch feast, and then they kept for one plate of prasadam for some other devotee. And then I had my lunch, and evening I went. I saw there is prasadam plate. I sat and happily ate it. Then I felt very bad. This is for somebody else. He went for some book distribution, and I came in the evening. Nobody was there, and it was, I think, 6, 7 o'clock, and I happily ate. Nobody is there. I eat. Then the devotee came. I felt so bad. I was saying I was so greedy. I was such a nice person, and now why did I behave like that? It was like big shock for myself. Why did I do this? I still remember many years back, but still I am able to remember because I felt that I could recognize that how bad I am after that. So the point is that things start coming when we start churning. So I used to be very well. I was so good before I began to engage in spiritual practice. Where did all this come from? So there have always been poison. Poison is there. When a person begins to engage in spiritual practice, the poison will inevitably ever emerge. Like dust rises from somewhere from the bottom. This means that the process of destruction of this dust things is starting. So it's all good. It's correct only. Now, the persons who read this story again and again, it's when a person reads this story, he will internally prepare how to act in this world. He will know how to act. And with all these efforts, uh, that will ultimately lead to success. Success means that all our efforts, that everything we do will lead us to the highest goal and not to some insignificant results. That is only success. And again we read means to understand what it comes down and what problems or obstacles lie in who are waiting for us on our way. And the first obstacle is the poison which is inside, the poison of envy, the poison of anger, the poison of lust, the poison of all these things. This is an absolutely inevitable thing. The poison arises from within, but this means that we are slowly getting rid of them also. They are coming out means they are going out. That means we become conscious about it. Previously, we were not knowing only. Now, at least we started becoming conscious about it. Sometimes we think, where did all this come from? It is actually within us only. Any process of purification means that the dirt that has eaten inside and has stayed for so long, we start noticing them. So we need not be knocked down with this. We are always, it's a painful process. That's why it's unarthanable thing. Cleansing cannot be painless. If you go to any Ayurvedic cleansing, they do panchakarma. Very painful thing. I didn't take myself, but I saw somebody else taking recently. It was like 40 days treatment. Morning, evening, you have Bastri and you have all these uh, Takradara and then Chirodara and so many things. You'll be Bastri. And even the process of any allopathy, any treatment is actually cleansing means painful. Cleansing is always fought with some problems. And if I began to churn the ocean of my mind with a whirl of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This is Cheto Darpan Marjanam. We are cleaning it. So it is The dust is not some, this much thick, this much thick. It is kilometers thick. So you can imagine how much time it will take. So the poison of false ego. False ego is poison in nature. It spans poison all the time and not without any reason. The poison means to now to destroy this poison, they call Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is the deity of ego. That's why he is called. So he is personification of false ego. They said to him, please drink this poison. That is, we are telling, please drink, remove my false ego. So if you want to enter Vrindavana, we pray, we first, the parikrama of Vrindavan start with Gopeshwar Mahadev. Gopeshwar is the Lord Shiva. Vrindavan parikrama starts with Gopeshwar Mahadev. Why? He has to remove that false ego. Then only we'll be able to enter Vrindavan. So here also Lord Shiva is called because the poison of false ego should be removed. So this is the poison of some kind of internal resistance that arises in us. This is actually from me. This is because person, we start realizing what? I don't want to be servant. This is the most difficult thing. Initiation, we all want. The name should be changed. But it is not name changing. It is actually the ego of servant, which is so difficult. We may get initiation, but to get the ego of servant, this is, I don't want to be servant. I still want to be in charge. I want to be Prabhu only. So they say that no, you will never be in charge. The position, the poison is actually internal resistance that arises. And I don't want to be servant, and this is most difficult thing, because one devotee said that when they tell that you are a servant and you have to do this service, he said internally he was finding so much disturbance. So this is the resistance we get. No, we like to do something, we do it, but when outside we want to at least okay, I'm better than him. So this type mentality is there. So in any situation in our life, we need to always serve only. That we did not, initially it is not that a man wants to love means to serve. He need to serve anytime. Like if he's having a girlfriend or a boyfriend, they have to serve only. He need to do something for others. For himself, a man is bored on his own. That's why he needs somebody else. So if a person for himself is even bored to cook something well, I have this experience. If I am told you cook for yourself, it is so boring. You say, okay, cook for the deities. You say, okay, we'll make it. So otherwise, what we do, every day it will be khichdi only. If you are told cook for yourself, I only cook khichdi. But you say for deities, say, okay, they will be bored eating every day khichdi. Let me add something. Let me do something. So because we have the tendency to serve, otherwise people eat some chips, they drink some juices if they are not devotees. So if there is someone, the person is happy. But nevertheless, this very statement that I am servant is very difficult for us to endeavor, because ego holds us. Therefore, Krishna advised that when the poison which threatened, destroyed everyone and ourselves, then he says, call Lord Shiva. Let Shiva drink this poison. That really means that the same ego must drink this poison, and the ego must be the position poisoned by this poison. What is that? The ego must die. We want to be the main thing, but that should be killed. No, I am not main. I am servant. So this is actually the most difficult thing, because that is what we are. This is the biggest obstacle that waits a person on spiritual path. The biggest hurdle begins there only. And then after that, the poison went. then what happens? Lakshmi appeared, money came, this came, Airavata came, Apsaras came, everybody came. And after that, I have to start today's slokas. I'm telling other points. I will just few more points I will share, and then today's topic of discussion. This today's topic is also very important topic. We have to discuss that also. So many good facilities come after that. We have to overcome them also, because once you start serving, so many facilities come. So then that is also a big problem. That is also another level of disturbance. At the level of pride is there, but another level of disturbance is there. And it is said that the other hurdles, people start glorifying, and then there is a name, fame. Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur says that obstacles that are getting in our way, part of these obstacles are a result of bhakti also. There are 4 types of anarthas. Dushkrotya anarthas, sukrutotya anarthas, aparadokta anarthas, and bhakti anarthas. With bhakti also we get some anarthas. Person, if he imperfectly practices bhakti, he creates obstacles for himself. For him, this is in the form of position, honor, glory, and all these things, name, fame, glory. So the meaning of this story is very important, instructive, is that all these things must be given away. When Lakshmi arrives, then we should give it to Narayana. If wealth comes, we should understand it belongs to Krishna. We will send everything if we need to give it to everything away. This is the most important thing. We continue to practice. I must continue to churn the ocean, because it's still, these are all toys only. That realization could. The real thing that comes to me is Amrita, the special state of consciousness in which I will always be constantly happy. I told in the beginning. Why we die? Because that state of consciousness we are not getting. That's why we are dying. I need to gain that state of consciousness. Till the time I continue to churn, not getting affected. So everything else must be given and not be distracted with. A person must continue to remain a servant even in this situation, and continue to serve. Keep chasing no matter what. And then if a person is inclined in his spiritual practice, then Krishna will give himself. That is what. So that is the Amrita. So demons, now what is the important in this? Demons will take advantage of this. They will cry, Aham Purum, Aham Purum. We want first, we want first. And then Lord says, okay, Krishna will say, sit down, I will give you. You also drink. But wait for some time. So Krishna will give Amrita to devotees. So Krishna ultimately takes care of devotees. Now, sometimes he cares comes in many different forms, but I think I have only few minutes to I will talk on this verse. So here where Krishna is telling that Krishna is telling that, sorry, Prabhupada, of course, this is told by Sudhir Goswami, that all of them made the same endeavor. The place was same, the demons and demigod, the place was same, the time was same, the cause was same, the purpose was same, the activity was same, and the ambition was same, were all the same for both the demons and demigods, but the demigods achieved one result and the demons achieved another result. This is the very important thing to understand, that in our life, it is not just our endeavor, it is the another factor that determines the result. Results are not in our hand. What is in our hand is only endeavor. So this should be very clearly understood. It is not just result, it is the endeavor that matters. The Krishna's mercy that matters. Whomever Krishna want, they will get it. So we should be rest assured who will win. So That is the reason we should not take so much anger. Prakriti kriyamanani punai karmani sarvasha. Ahankara vimudhatma kartahamiti manyate. Don't think you are the doer because the result is not in your hand. Okay, you may be doing things, result is not in our hand. This is the best shloka for it. No matter whatever we do, it is not in our hand. That should be very clear. That will reduce so much of our anxiety. We are thinking that I am in control of result. That makes us so much anxious. We feel that my husband is in control, my wife is in control, my in-laws are in control, somebody is in control. Nobody is in control. They are just doing certain things. The result is ultimately Krishna decides. Whatever has to happen to me, I have to accept it. It is Krishna who want it. Sarva Karana Karana means it is Krishna who want it in that way. That's all. Nobody else. Nobody. We may say, okay, they are the cause. They are the. Ultimately, for personally for me, it is not like that. So that's why, because the demigods were always under the shelter of the dust of Lord's lotus feet, they could very easily drink the nectar and get its result. They are ready to give up their ego, they are ready to churn, they are ready to work. It's not an external endeavor, it's a conscious effort to get that Amrita. That is also very important to understand. Like now Navaratri is came. All the people are so much into rituals. Rituals are external things. It won't change the heart, it won't make any difference in life. This they should be very clear. So they may be having, if they may be doing so many activities, so many rituals. Now Navaratri, they are fasting, they are doing so many things. Of course, some foolish people, they are doing some entertainment also in the name of dandy and other things. It is not going to make any change in life. What changes is a conscious effort to please the Lord. So when the demigods were churning, they actually want to please the Lord. Lord told them that's why they are doing, and they got the result. Demons were selfish. They want to do themselves. Lord said, it won't work like that. And important thing is, Lord is not envious of demons. He only want to teach them. He don't want to give something which they are not qualified, which will only hurt them. This is also very important. Lord knows that if the demons get it, they will hurt themselves, they will hurt others also. If you follow the rules, it is benefiting for everyone. Say if I am going in the traffic, if one fellow does not follow the rules properly, traffic rules, who will be in suffer? Everybody suffers, including him. You're understanding? So when the demons, they get some extra things, not only they suffering, it causes suffering others also. That's why Lord has to prevent them. It is not that out of envy. If he changes like Bali Maharaj, he did not give to Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj is also there in this. But when Bali Maharaj changed his consciousness, Lord said, okay, I will become your doorkeeper. You see, if he is envious of Bali Maharaj, why he will do? That means he is not envious. He only want to change them rectified. Once Bali Maharaj changed his consciousness, he said, Krishna, I will surrender. Krishna says, you surrendered more than Indra also. So for Indra, I'll give the heavenly planets. For you, I'll be personally there. So this is actually what Lord is. So he is wanting to see that we all rectify and become good. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Any comments, questions?
Radha
Hare Krishna,
Jyoti.
Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Such a wonderful class, Prabhuji. I don't have any questions, but I would like to ask the devotees. Devotees, if you have any questions, please go ahead.
Radha Jyoti Mataji raised her Mataji. Radha Jyoti Mataji, please go ahead with your question.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you for allowing me to ask the question. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances at dust of your lotus feet, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, my question was about the pride that you discussed. So you mentioned that if there is a pride, then there is no question of humility. So my question to you is there any transition that is happening? Like if a person is a pride, then he will fall down and then he will come to an humility. This is how does it work, or can we consciously be aware, like, okay, this is the pride that we have, or how to understand this and how the surrender works in this transition? Could you please explain? or teach on
Yeah,
this?
actually it comes for us. Sometimes we become proud of certain things, then Krishna will teach something, then we come back, then again we get something, again we become proud, again Krishna has to teach. So for us now it goes up and down. It is not that one day I'm free from proud, or sometime I'm continuously proud. No, it goes and comes. Like Indra, now he became humble. Then after again he getting something, again he offends Vishwarup, again he get punished, again he becomes upset, again he does something wrong. So it is for us a regular thing. So suddenly we get something, we become proud, and again Krishna has to teach, we come down. So wherever we are, then what happens? Slowly we become more and more conscious. So even after getting something, we we try to remain little humble, knowing that whom does it belong to. So it's an ongoing process, not that one day we can give it up. No, it's not possible.
Prabhuji, I have one more question. Say, we have seen Srila Prabhupada's pastimes or his presence also through his books or audios. Then we see that he is able to overcome, and he could become a complete human. Means there is no need of ups and downs in his pride no, to handle. Right, he is able to overcome his own pride or able to handle his pride in the service of Krishna. Then how he has cultivated?
Oh, he is free from all these things because he is already pure devotee. He is from spiritual world. They don't have all these things. We are affected by these things because we have sanskaras. They don't have any things like that. They are from the spiritual world. For them, they are pure heart. So contaminated heart has all these problems. Pure heart don't have this problem. They may not do it. Some people who practice this, practice is same only. We have to chant Hare Krishna, pray to Krishna. Process is same. For us, it is needed. For people who already Cheto Darpan Marjan, their consciousness is already pure. For them, what is needed? They just show an example to us how to do it for ourselves. They are setting an example.
Prabhuji, and last thing is when we practice, there will be pride. When we do something, there'll be pride. There will be always a tinge of pride that is there. If we chant, we know one day if there some days are like good chanting or some because of Vaishnava's presence or we are in Dham, then we see that there is a good way of practice. We do something good, and there'll be a tinge of pride which will be developing side by. What is that like? What is exactly happening?
Krishna will nicely teach a lesson. He always teaches. So this tendency will be there. Pride comes, but Krishna is also very kind. He also teaches very fast. Immediately he will punish. So it happens for everyone. And we can
Okay.
see Krishna is very kind. So if you want to take lessons, you can see the lessons which Krishna gives.
His will, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Someone raise their hands.
We have Janava Mataji next year.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you so much. Jahanam Mataji, please go ahead, Mataji. Srinivas Prabhuji, please go ahead, Prabhuji, with your question.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you for giving me the opportunity. Danut Pranam Prabhuji for such a wonderful class. Your classes are always, they are deep insights into complex topics of Bhagavatam, Prabhuji. You give wonderful class, Prabhuji, and amazing classes. So, Prabhuji, in that in our Bhagavatam discussion, you said that even in our society, in ISKCON society also, people who are at a very high level, they are already in Maharaj levels and all. So they also commit Vaishnava Aparadh, Prabhuji. So because they are at such an exalted position, and how can they you know get into all such things, Prabhuji? How is it because of Krishna wanted them to fall down, or is it because of their own anarthas it happens, Prabhuji? Because you gave the
Yeah,
example of Gaur
it is
Govind,
anarthas
right?
only.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is anarthas only because they have not completely cleansed their heart, so the sanskaras are there. So pride comes. Actually, why who did now? Who are successful people? For them, this risk is there. there is, because they have done so much, they have achieved so much, so there is always a risk of becoming proud. So that's actually what made them do mistakes. So this risk is there for everyone who are becoming successful. There is a tendency thinking that I am the doer, and then problem come. That is the reason in spiritual life, success is more dangerous than failure. If you are failing, no problem. You can still remain humble and chant Hare Krishna. If you are successful, it is more dangerous. It is like a curse only sometimes, because we think I am doing better, I am better than others. So the tendency is all means that conditioning is there. So we may take these things very seriously. That is the problem. We think
Uh,
I'm doing
yeah,
something.
yeah,
So
Prabhuji, but these conditionings should go away because they are practicing this Krishna consciousness from many decades, right? But still, how come they have all these conditionings and all these anarthas? Because they are practicing since decades, right? And matlab, if a neophyte does it,
Prabhu,
and
we
that's
have
okay,
from
understood.
millions of lifetimes. Decades is very less.
Yes, yes, Prabhuji.
Actually, see, bro, three reasons are there. I'll tell. One is improper practice. Second is uh, ulterior motives, and third is offenses. So these are the three reasons any mistake happens. If anybody is doing mistakes and they are falling from very exalted position, you can know that these are the three main reasons. If some big Maharaj is guru and is having thousands of disciples and he left, he did any of these three. One is improper practice, second is ulterior motives, third is Vaishnava. So this tendency will be there till the level of bhava also. That's why Rupa Goswami's pastime is there. When he was sitting and doing Leela Smaran, in the Leela he was smiling, and in front of him one Vaishnava what do you say, he was limping and going. He felt that Rupa Goswami is offending me. Rupa Goswami at the level of prema also he has to come down. That is danger. That much danger is there. So and the tendency will be there at the level of bhava also, like Bharat Maharaj, he was at the level of bhava, he did improper practice. And so there are many examples like that, which shows that there will be slight inclinations. We have to be careful. So that's why Surasya Dhara, the path of devotional service, is like a walking on a razor's edge, because anything here there, no, we have to be very careful. That is the reason. So any of these three things we do, if we are not in proper association, any of these three things will happen to us. Till there will be some slight anartha nivritti is over, means it is not completely over, Prabhu. Anarthas completely will go only at the level of prema. Till that time there will be anarthas. Bharat Maharaj had anartha at the level of bhava also. So there will be there the tendencies. So we have to work on them at all levels. Till we achieve prema, till we go back to spiritual world, there will be risk.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for this wonderful answer. Thanks again. Please keep giving your association in the near future also, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Radha Jyoti Mataji, please go ahead with your question, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I have one question about. I have met one devotee here locally, and I have seen that she was practicing very nicely. Like she was remembering. We were just chatting like here and there, and then she was remembering Yamuna, and she was offering prayers to Yamuna. Then in the chanting, somewhere we spoke about Mahakum and Maganga river. Then she was doing pranams and she was chanting all the mantras for that, and I was wondering from where she has collected all this, but I couldn't ask her. So, is there any book, like any short book from where I could
Vaishnav
get?
song app is there, all are there in that. You have Ganga Mata prayers, Yamuna prayers, everything is there in our Vaishnav song app. You download, everything is there. They are already sung. Your recordings also, you can hear that. The recording is also available. The text is also available. Meaning is also available. Everything is there. Vaishnav songs app, you download everything. All prayers, hundreds of
Okay,
prayers.
Prabhuji, and you mentioned about this, like walking on, doing bhakti is like walking on a razor. So, is there any prayer that we could try to safeguard ourselves, even though it is dangerous for us? because I know that I'm a contaminated person, or my bhakti is not up to the mark.
Yeah, we read Sikshashtakam every day. There Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is praying. You be conscious, then we'll not offend. If you are not conscious, then we'll commit offenses anytime. That is always a chance. If you are not conscious, we'll commit offenses. So be conscious, be always in good association. Attend regularly Bhakti Sangha classes.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Sukhakara Krishna Prabhuji, please go ahead with the question, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Radha Prabhu. Wonderful class as usual. Pranam Prabhu. Prabhu, you are telling proudness will come. One who is a pure, good devotee, like giving class. Somebody is saying, oh, wonderful class, beautiful. That's also proudness. How to stop that? That will come automatically, little. So that also is a slippery thing, no? When you become a president of a temple, so many things are doing. Prabhu, you're doing wonderful Rath Yatra. So that also, aparadh will become proud. How to get protection, how to avoid those things when somebody glorifies you. You say they can offer Guru Maharaj and all, but inside little happiness is there. No, oh, they're told nice. Maybe you're not having, but I'm having.
We should take it as an encouragement, bro, so that you get an inspiration to serve them much better. Like you feel that, okay, these devotees are happy, I'm serving nicely. Let me do more service and make them more happy. So you should feel their happiness as the purpose of our life. So if you feel their
That's a
happiness, for
servitude to
that I
Krishna
want to
only.
do more. Yeah. So it is not a question of pride. It's actually a question of privilege. I am able to please so many Vaishnavas. Let me do it more and more. Let me give more nice class so that I can serve devotees more nicely. So they are so happy with the class. Let me prepare more nicely.
So they can
more
go back to order. Krishna will be more happy and Radha will be more happy. Like that.
Yes. Right.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Bala Prabhuji, please go ahead with the question.
My video is
Prabhuji.
not working. That's why I put off the video, Prabhu. It's not working properly. Thank you. We see very happy when you see Radha, Pramod. Oh, come running. Somehow something nectar is there in the class. Radha, Pramod means Radharani has sent you actually to tell all of us, Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Namaskar, Andi. Dhanyavad. Thank you, Radha Pyari Mataji.
Haribol Prabhuji. Nice to see you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Bala Prabhuji, please go ahead with your question, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Haribol Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, thank you very much for your class, pouring your heart out. This is so great. So many great points you mentioned. This again brings to how Bhagavan Sri Krishna is so merciful. One other sloka I remember, Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th canto, 30th verse 8. So 30th chapter, 8th verse, where Bhagavan Krishna talks to Prachetas, right? After 10,000 years of their practice, yoga practice, he's saying, I'm so pleased with your mutual friendship that I wish you all good fortune. Now you may ask benediction from me, So that is, a friendship is nothing but, you said, is being humble, cooperation. So yes, this cooperation is the key, I guess. Even Prabhupada also mentioned during your last departing from this planet that your love for me reflects on your cooperation, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
So in that context, that's where you're setting raise your head. If you're not cooperating, means that's where you were getting arrogant. That's where the problems. That's how you have to guard yourself. Is it not?
Yeah, see, cooperation means we are putting somebody else in the center. That is Krishna we are putting in the center, Guru we are putting in the center. If we are not cooperating means I am in the center. So that makes a difference. So why Prabhupada is telling cooperate? That means you keep Krishna as the center or Guru as the center and you function. So you are not keeping ourselves as the center, which is the most difficult thing for us. Because it's every time we think it should happen according to the way I want.
Yeah.
So that makes the problem. So here we want somebody else desire. That means Guru's desire. So cooperation means not that I told na people say why they are not cooperating with me. Arey, you are trying to impose your ideas. No, let us go what Krishna want. Let us go what Prabhupada want. So then that is cooperation. So Prabhupada is not telling you should love each other because that is difficult. But at least you cooperate with each other. That means give up your ego, put something else in the center, work for it, for the cause, which is where the humility is needed because I'm trying to work for somebody else's cause.
Yes. Very nice. Thank you very much, Prabhu. I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, do you have time, Prabhuji? One more
Yeah,
question. Hare Krishna, Jahnava Mataji, please go ahead with your question, Mataji.
Hare, am I audible? Hare Krishna,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
ma'am.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you so much. It's my great fortune today, Prabhu, to have your association. I'm sorry that I couldn't have the video because I'm traveling. I'm in a hostel. Prabhu, if a couple of questions. One is, could you elaborate a little bit more on the sukritota, that even prior good deeds can create subtle attachment that later become obstacle to pure devotion? Because, we are trying to get good deeds. We are trying to good deeds so that we can have a better imprint that perhaps we could carry on our next life so that we could continue our bhakti, right? So what are the ways that would be an obstacle? One, and two, okay, and then two, when the devotee is doing the churning of the ocean metaphorically, and you said earlier that a lot of anarthas are coming up, what is then the proper role of the guru that is guiding that devotee, so that, albeit the fact that the anarthas are coming up with the devotee, what are the proper way to correct that devotee so that the anarthas may be coming up, but the correction may not necessarily be also the I don't know, the reason that the devotional creepers of the devotee will be charmed. How do you know that you're being guided correctly, like in a proper balanced way? So there are a couple of options for this.
Yeah, first thing is about Sukrito Tanarthas. Actually, it mostly you can see some are people who are very orthodox, or even India, so many pious Brahmanas and all. For them, Bhakti becomes sometimes difficult because here we see we have so many other rituals to be done in the home. Even my parents, they are from Sri Vaishnava background. For them to take this path is a challenge because they already have certain things, way of doing things, and they're doing in a very pious way. But that piety is obstacle for them. And many of the people we see that in India especially, I can know many people who have this they cannot give up certain practices which they are doing, and they cannot accept only certain way, like which are pure devotional principles. They become obstacles for them. They say no, this should be done, this should be done. They are holding to their rituals, they are holding to their traditions. They are very pious people, but for them to give up, they say, "Arey, no, you can put tilak like this and you can dance like this, you can eat prasadam like this." For them, no, 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 it should be like this. So that is actually Sukrtot anarthas, the anarthas that came because of piety. There can be many like that. I'm just giving a simple example for you to understand.
Thank you, Prabhu.
And when it comes to Guru, he actually plays a very, very important role for us because he can help us through his personal example how he himself is fighting and coming out of certain situations by his example, because he goes through many tough situations in his life. Like you take his own Jayapatak Maharaj. Now he's showing by his example what it means to love Krishna. At this time, he's somewhere in different countries and he's becoming sick there. I think why you should travel only first of all. You're becoming sick in Malaysia and you're becoming sick in some other country. You can be at home. No, he still want to go and give his compassion to others. This is actually what a guru is. He is by his example showing in the toughest. Which of his disciples can say, I cannot chant 16 rounds because of my health is bad? You see your Guru Maharaj. At this age, this time, he is chanting, not only chanting, he's preaching, he's traveling. How can you complain? So Guru means he sets with his example. And then he guides with his instructions. So these things which we are discussing now, they're so very subtle things which we need to discuss more and more, so that it helps us to understand where am I and what are my difficulties. So Prabhupada is trying to help, acharyas are trying to help, Guru is trying to help. So now what we discussed about all this false ego and all, these are actually needed while we are, the Sangha is so important for us, because here we are churning our heart. We are trying to understand, oh, this is what is problem for me. Otherwise, I was thinking everything is fine only. Then I understood there is something called false ego. I still have, I think.
Yeah.
So now by discussing, we are trying to understand, and then by knowing, we can know how to come out of it also. If you don't know, there is the question of coming out of it. So first we should identify. So Guru helps us. So Guru by his example, by his teachings, and then sometimes you may get some personal association where he may personally tell something, but in general, the principles are same only. Principle wise, he will give the same instructions. Maybe individually, some situations you may need some personal guidance, but otherwise, without Guru, we cannot make anything. It's not possible.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. I'm so sorry that I'm going to be greedy, Prabhu. Probably my another's coming up. But one more question, which is, Prabhu, is something when I understand, to me, bhakti is becoming everything. But there are certain things, practices that I noticed that other people are doing. And I'm asking really this out of pure curiosity for my own knowledge, not from judgment. It's like Reiki and tarot that people are doing. What is Bhakti's position on that? What is the Shastric scripture based on that? Does a Bhakti practitioner dabble as well, also in addition with tarot and other healing modes of practices? What's your position? I'm asking for clarification, Prabhu.
What we have our existence at three levels, Mataji. At a gross level, physical level, metaphysical level, and ethereal level. So we have different levels of existence, and there are energies at different levels. And by accessing different energies, we get different benefits. But the highest benefit is a spiritual benefit which we want. And for that, we have to be very, very, very focused. Sometimes what happens, these things are not wrong, but they may distract. We have to be very, very careful when we are dealing with these things. They may take our time and energy, and we may get carried away. That is the only risk. Otherwise, there is no wrong in that, because it is a science and it works. And healing works to ultimately, if anything helps you, say somebody is very disturbed, and he can go to a Reiki and he can get healed, and he can make his mind calm so that he can meditate on Krishna. So ultimately, purpose should be clear, that I want to meditate on Krishna. I want my mind to be peaceful so that I want my health to, like, say, if I am getting some cold cough, I go to a doctor, get a medicine. So that, because in my morning chanting, I'm getting cough and cold, I want to chant nicely, I'm not able to chant, go to a doctor, get a medicine, then peacefully sit and chant. So these things are an instrument to make you get healed. But we don't go with the philosophy of it, and no, whole life you are carried away the philosophy of all these things. No, that is not our position. We have to use as instrument for ultimately to focus on Krishna, to do bhakti. If it helps you, maybe you need some healing for some time, just for some time only. That's all. Not that we go with the philosophy and try to do something with it. That much time we should not give. We should give time to change our heart.
Prabhuji, thank you so much. I offer my humble obeisances to you. It's my great fortune today to have your association. May Lord Krishna always bless you. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, do you want me to read messages, Prabhuji? You already saw the messages. Shall I go, Prabhuji?
Yeah.
Jahanadi, Mataji already asked the question. And Hadda Mataji is glorifying you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Prana, All Guru Srila Prabhupada. Very nicely explained the Prabhuji about proud, a humble. Very insightful. Your classes are so practical, Prabhuji, and good learning lessons. Hari Bol. And Sindhara Prabhuji, The 4 kinds of anartha explained by Vaishnava Chakravarti Tagore are arising from the previous sign Drukshidota, obstacles that arise from the previous sinful activities, and second one arising from the previous pious activities Sukridota. Even prior good deeds can create subtle attachments that later become obstacles to pure devotions. Arising from the imperfectly performed devotion aparada. Offense is made while performing devotional service. And the last one, arising from the offenses in devotional service, sadhana spardha. Similar to the previous point, these are the direct offenses against to the holy name, the deity or other devotees. Yeah, and Radha Jyoti Mataji, eternally grateful to you, Prabhuji, eternally grateful to all here. Thank you, Prabhuji. Yeah. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. If anybody have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, we can end the call here with the Prabhuji permission. Looks like nobody have any questions, Prabhuji. With your permission, we can end the call here, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for enlightening class today. We are very grateful to you and we look forward to your association again and again in the future. Let's pay our obeisance to Prabhuji. Vancha kalpa
Tarupyasya kripa sindhubhyo cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah.
Mantra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Yes, Radha Pramod Prabhuji
Prabhuji
ki
ki
jai.
jai. Jai.
Thank you so much.
Ram Ram Hari Nityananda. Hari
Thank you so much
Nityananda.
for
Hare
joining
Hare.
the call. Hare
Jai Jai Sri
Krishna.
Radhe.
Hare Hare Bol.
Sabko
Raghunander,
bigli
Mohan Lal
Vrindavan
ki jai.
Dham. Hare